Good morning, everybody. As usual, it's good to be here with you. I'm Bishop Dr. Peter from the United Kingdom, and those of you who know me know that I take a few words each day to speak some of the scripture and give you my interpretation and thoughts about it. But as I always point out, it's the words of the scripture that we must focus on, not people's opinions. We're currently proceeding with the Sermon on the Mount, and yesterday we had an introduction to what is commonly known as the Lord's Prayer. I intend for the next few days to pull that prayer apart so we really get a deep understanding of what Christ himself taught us to say. So today, my reading's coming from Matthew 6, verse 9. And it's a very simple 8-word scripture. Let's read it. Matthew 6, 9. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Now, it's interesting. It may only be 8 words long, but there are some key words, absolutely key words in there. Not least of all, Father, the word heaven, the word hallowed. These are critical words. You see, Jesus tells us to begin our prayers as we would begin any communication, by addressing the intended listener. I mean, when people speak to me, they will often say, "Good morning, Bishop Peter. How are you?" It's a kind of formal, recognized way of communicating. In this case, of course, Christ is just saying, "Our Father." But he refers to God, if you like, in a somewhat odd way. The Jews addressed God by the name, or at least one of the names, because they had many. But one of the names given to Moses was Yahweh, or else they simply addressed him as Adonai, which means Lord, just as we often do today. So why does Christ tell us to bring our prayer calling to our Father? There is only one God, but be assured that he will hear us in prayer just as well if we start our prayer, "O God," or "Precious God," or "My Lord." He will still hear us. Using the words "Our Father" in general prayer is not mandatory. Christ, in beginning this prayer, is helping us to fix our minds on how we feel about God. And furthermore, praying "Our Father" helps us to understand how we relate to each other and even how we feel about ourselves. If you pray to your Father, and I pray to my Father, what does it say about us? Well, it's simple. It tells us, reminds us, that we are brothers and sisters in Christ. And remarkably, we remember that Christ addressed his own prayers to the very same Father. Read John 17:1. We're not also brothers and sisters to each other, but we're also the same to Christ as well. He, Christ, is one of us, and not only a human being like us, but a member albeit a key member of our family. Why then, I'm left asking the question, does God give the Creator a gender? Why doesn't he say our parent in heaven? For God is certainly not male, nor, as some would have us believe, is he female. God is a being beyond my understanding. But Christ uses God to help us to understand our unique relationship with him. You see, in traditional two-parent families, people associate mothers and fathers with different roles. As a father, men are often stereotypically more distant, more apt to give discipline, more authoritarian. He is also more likely to be the warrior, the protector, if the family is threatened. By contrast, of course, women are seen as much more nurturing in their behaviour. But let's look back at God, and in particular relate it to the Old Testament. We need this in order to understand how Yahweh fits this role. He is not shown in the Old Testament as particularly comforting. His love for the Hebrews shows itself in harsh rules, harsh discipline, and assisting them in bloody wars that are so recorded in places like Joshua, where the Hebrews would put entire cities to the sword. The closest Yahweh comes to tender emotion is his friendliness with Abraham and Moses on occasions. We see that in his examples of how he indulges them to argue with him over certain things. Now, the notion of fear of God is not a popular one today. We, today's secular society, seem to prefer to think of God as cuddly and warm. But fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom. Read Proverbs 1, verse 7. There is a bright side, even for those who would prefer God not to be quite so fearsome. Addressing God as Father gives us self-respect, for it means we are the children. We are the children of the Almighty. Let me conclude. Life can, at times, make us feel like worms. Sometimes we may feel like we are nobody, and nobody even knows who we are, and nobody has much self-worth for us, as indeed we may not have for ourselves. However, the child of a king is never a nobody, never a nobody. And the child of a great king is somebody extremely, extremely important. And this all-powerful king always knows who we are, and despite the way we are, he still loves us. You know, once we accept God as our Father, we have an invincible champion against our human feelings of worthlessness. Let us pray. Almighty God, my Father, I give thanks to you today for your word. I would ask, Lord, that your word be implanted into my heart, giving me rhema, giving me understanding, so that I may truly understand that I am your child and you are my Father. And that, Lord, in my behavior, I will make whatever course corrections I need to make to be a worthy child of you, my Father. Lord, help us to keep the notion of you as our Father deeply embedded in our minds. We ask this through the mighty name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. Amen. Well, that's the first line of the Lord's Prayer. Tomorrow I'm going to move on and start to look at what the other lines really have to say to us. I pray to Almighty God that wherever you are today, whatever your situation, whatever your circumstances are, that you recall that you have a Father. Before rushing to man and turning to others and panicking, go first to the Father. Go first to the Father, always. And let the Holy Spirit that lives within you guide you as to what to do next. Amen. God bless you all. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. All soon. God bless.